Perfect. Oh, thank you. Okay. This is a bonus practice of releasing fear. And I think in the modern world, we could do this just about every day for all, just right before you read the newspaper, you do this Kriya. Or maybe right after you read the newspaper. May all beings be well. May all beings be safe. May all beings be happy. And so we will practice. In this, there is some duration. And in the duration, there's just the chance to be content with ourselves, to feel, to know what we're doing, to experience what it brings up, and to be safe in the knowledge that it will pass, to be safe in the knowledge that it is our choice. And so the feeling is a heating, and the knowing is a cooling, and we are in charge of our own thermostat. And so we will begin. You'll head onto your mat. I will meet you there. Lots of parts and pieces today. And as you sit, bring your palms together, sit up tall. It'll be a small warm-up because we got places to go. Tuning in so we know where we're going, we know why we're going. Heart high. Ong Namo Gurudev Namo. Ong Namo Gurudev Namo. I bow to all that is in the process of being made, all that is in the process of being unmade, all the things, all that is, will be, has been. I bow to it all. It is my teacher. I am its teacher. We are together teaching. Inhale. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Roll your shoulders, roll your wrists, really roll your wrists. So we'll start opening the hands because there's a lot of action in the hands in this, and the hands relate to the heart. So on your hands and knees, if you need to, pad your knees. I'm just going to do cat-cow here for a moment. So round the back, tuck the chin, wag the tail. Oh. Wag it a little more, drop your head a little more, turn your chin a little side to side into your chest, and then let it all open up. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. And close your eyes and find a steady pace that agrees with the state of your body right now. Feeling the front, feeling the back. Excellent. 3, 2, Good. Keep your toes tucked under behind you, and you're just going to pulse back. 10, 9. You're reaching the fingertips out. You're reaching the hips back. Your toes are tucked under. You're opening your feet. Inch your fingertips forward. 3, 2, 1. And come up. Oh, now flatten your feet. Wag your tail. Turn your left thumb forward. Cat-cow. And start to feel that you could bring the base of your first finger to the floor, the base of your middle finger to the floor, the base of your ring finger to the floor, your pinky down, the base of your thumb. And so from the full handprint in the mat, imagine you could open the left side collarbone, left side throat, left side shoulder, left side upper back. Good. Turn your right thumb forward. And square your left fingers forward. So that my right fingers turn right, my left fingers point forward. The base of your first finger down, the middle finger, the ring finger, the pinky, the thumb. Opening through the shoulder, the collarbone, the side of your head, the neck. And then the left fingers turn back and the right fingers turn back as much as you can. We'll go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Good. Tuck your toes under and a little bit back. Peel the heel of your hand off and rock a little forward so that you can come right to the fingertips, the base of your knuckles, the heels of your hands, opening through the forearms and the shoulders and the collarbones. Excellent. And then rock forward, put your fingertips forward and slide back. Wag of the tail, so rock out side to side to side. And each time you come back into your child, give yourself a few rocks. And then rise up, tuck your toes, lift your hips, down dog. And wag out your tail, side to side. So that you start to loosen into the sides of the spine and the outer edges of the hips and the shoulders. And then you bring your knees down and you come into your child and you rock a little bit. And hands, knees, and down dog. And we'll do that 2 more times, your pace. Your depth, your velocity, however much you want out of it. And breathe out. And then the rocking begins to diminish and you can move in and out. Three, 2. Excellent. And in your hands and knees, drop your hips forward and rock it up. And come back towards child. And you rock through your thighs onto your belly. Inhale as you come back and exhale as you come forward. For 3. And for 2. Oh. And then you find your dog. You pause a beat. And step your left foot forward and spin to the right. Put your fingertips down and bend your right knee. And then lift your hips and bend your left knee. Absolutely. And shift. And shift. And shift. Until you feel the inner edges of your hips. Good. Bring your right elbow to your right thigh. Bring your left hand down. So I'm not touching the floor, and that means that I can open my shoulder with a circle and change sides. Left elbow, left knee, open with a circle. And then bring it up and just move opposite elbow towards opposite knee. And stand it up so that your hands go wide and opposite hand toward opposite foot. Then we just fold and unfold the whole of the body. You'll sweep your hands all the way up and all the way down. 5, 4, and as your hands come up, you open your belly. 3, 2. Good. A little shake. Step your feet in. Knees bend, hands on thighs. Cat-cow right here. Start slowly. Inhale, exhale. And so we're going to stay right here. And you're just doing cat-cow. Set your gaze on one point. And if standing is a bigger ask. If standing is too much, the modification is here. Because we've got 2 more minutes right here. And then closing your eyes, let it into your body. Find the places my upper back is tighter than my low back. Just keep it simple. Again, if you need to, go to hands and knees. You have 40 seconds. Just following what opens. Five, 4, 3, 2, and stand tall. Turn your palms to face forward, put your feet under your hips, and pause. Just long, deep breathing. The spine begins to open. That flush through the center line, widening your feet, shake out your knees, shake out your feet. You'll put your hands at your hips and start a simple circle. Now it's as though you were drawing a circle on the ceiling with the crown of your head. And so it can be very, very simple. And with that, the circle can grow. We'll go 2 minutes in this direction, and then we'll go 2 minutes in the opposite direction. And it's so simple, and you're in control of how difficult or how easy it is. Much of our fear occurs when things stay. We're like, I don't know what comes next. I don't know what happens. What if we just had to keep doing this for 3 hours? So what if we can just stay calm and explore what happens as I stay with it? It's as big or as small as you choose. Keep exploring. You got 20 seconds on this side, in this direction. Oh. These upper body circles flush out the liver. Coast. Pause. Your inner ear fluid is all going, so that's why you might feel dizzy. You're going to reverse. So go slowly. And how different the other direction might feel. The longer we stay with something, we can build a neutral mind. We can be unperturbed, undaunted. Yep, this is going on, and I'm continuing. None of it needs to be enormous. And that gives us so much power. In a situation where somebody's just waiting us out. Oh, you'll go away. If I make this hard for you, you'll just go away. No. I'm right here. 10 seconds. 3, 2, and again that pause to let the ears settle. Just clear it out, sweep it up. And all the way out, soften your knees a little, fold. And again up. And widening out and down. And all the way up. Last time, all the way out. And build your seat. So it may be cross-legged. It may be on a chair. It may be at the edge of a couch. And we're going to twist. So if you're seated at a chair, put your knees in line with your hips, put your feet flat. And you'll have fists with your thumbs on the outside. So fists with the thumbs on the outside, and they're just below the height of your shoulders, just at the height of your heart. And that, we just use that to twist. So in left and out right, start softly. Start softly. And as you twist, you just close your eyes and feel the natural elasticity. And you turn into the elasticity and it tosses you back in the other direction. And it's just 2 minutes. How quickly can you fall into the quiet? How quickly can you fall into the quiet? Maybe it warms up and it gains a little velocity. Just the last 15 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Hands up high, make little cups. Hold it tall. Little shimmy, coax it up, up. And then release. And just pause for a moment and notice that there's a column of light, base to crown, that the axis of the spine, the thread, is growing. This unshakable light that's always with us, that we can always choose. So, most modified, we're going to open and close the hands. And that you can fold your thumb over the fingers like a fist, and that's actually more advanced. So the modification for your hands is to put your thumb against the sides of your fingers, if that makes sense. Because we're here a little bit. We got 3 minutes of working with our hands. So your hands can look like that, or see how I can bring my thumb over my finger. That is much more work. So you can try that for a while, and then when you need to, bring your thumb against the sides of your hands. Now, keep going. So here was 1, here's 2, and here's 3. Right? It's very different. So just for a moment, try it all. The hands up high, thumb over the fingers. My arms are on fire. And so to modify, you can bend your elbows. To modify, you can put your thumb against the side of your first finger instead of across. So you kind of modify it for a second, and then you come back in as you need to. You feel your forearms, you feel your hands. It's as though they're in mud, hot mud. We got 2 more minutes. So in the full Kriya, we're doing a half set. The full Kriya is 7 minutes, right? And it's so simple. And I have to slow my hands way down. Close your eyes. Now here's where we use those 2 elements. Those are the elements of a Shambhala warrior. A Shambhala warrior, they train in compassion and insight. Can I dare to feel truly, fully what's happening? And it gets hot and it wants to overwhelm me. And can I know at the same time, the insight is I'm choosing it. I'm choosing to stay in it. And I know it will pass. And I'm okay. But then if I do that too much, it cools down. And I need to come back into the sensation and really get into my hands again and know what is really happening. And when I really pay attention, I can feel it in my brain. I can feel it right in the center of the cortex of the brain. I can feel how something's changing in my hands. And then if it gets too hot, I can slow it down. I can step it back and say, I know I'm in charge of this. Long, deep breathing. We got 45 seconds right here. Open, close your hands. And find the warrior that exists between all the feeling and all the knowing. Is this space of ignition, safety, neutrality, power. Out the jaw, out the tongue, out the mouth. There have been relationships that felt like this. There have been classes that felt like this. Locations, jobs, conversations. Deep breathing. Feel it all. You got 10 seconds. Feel it all. Learn from it. Know it. Be changed. Touch it. And now inhale. Be still, little cups, catch it all. Up, 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 up. And let it come down. Relax your hands. Relax up the arms, the forearms, the upper arms, the shoulders, the collarbones. Feel into your chest and relax the pericardium, the tissue that holds your heart. And make fists. Keep them, thumb over the fingers. And it's right here beside you. Elbows in, hands in, and then press out. So this is inhale, this is exhale. Three minutes. So this is my pace. If your pace is slower, go slower. If your pace is quicker, you feel feisty, you want to rinse out anger here, you want to build a better boundary, go here. Go quick. It's up to you. Hint of a smile, that you're coming into contact with your own strength. And in your own strength, there's less to fear. I can do that. Look, and I did it again, right? You're just contacting with your ability. Modification, press out lower. Okay? minute to go. Can you let the effort subside? Can there be effortlessness in this somewhere? Cosmic boxers. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Little cups, inhale, go up. Little wriggle, call it up, call it up, call it up. Up, 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 out, out, out. Hands open, notice. You are a Shambhala warrior. They are required at times of change. Because they fight to create stability. Roll your shoulders, shake it out. So see how that, you're like, oh God, yeah, like more of that. So what we're going to do is roll the wrists. Roll the wrists. Gently so. Wrists are amazing, tender little things. So use your fingers. Roll them open and roll them just for a minute. Relieve everything that you've just been doing. And then reverse, right? So back in towards you. Roll through the fingers, fan the fingers, spread the fingers, that long tissue of the heart that comes all the way out through our hands, just for 5 and 4. 3, spread your fingers, and then open, close, shake it loose, and come onto your feet. Oh, my hands feel so mighty, right? I don't know that I could hold much. My forearms are still tired. It's a grand feeling, that, you know. Awesome, make those fists, put them by your shoulders. And modification, just sit it back, stand up tall. Sit it back, stand up tall. Or sit. So you find, where's the place? You've made your tight fists, your elbows are broad. Inhale as you stand up and exhale as you sit down. It's not about how deep you go. But you are this incredible Shambhala warrior. So I start by feeling. Feel into it. Feel where it opens. Feel where it closes. And it's just a minute more, so it's not enormous. We're not doing this 7 minutes or something. And then when you've felt it and you're at the edge of your feeling, come into your knowing. Into your breathing. You know it will pass. You know you're just bending and standing. Five, 4, building heat. 3, 2, 1 more. And pause. So feel the upheaval. And breathe out the upheaval. It's stopped, it's over, sit down, and we calm it with Sitali breath. And whenever we're overheated, we've been using it in our Fruition sequence, the tongue makes an O. And you breathe in through the tongue. And if you cannot roll your tongue, you put the tip of your tongue behind your teeth. You breathe in through your cheeks. 4 minutes. Or through here. Now as we do, I want you to feel when you bring your tongue back into your mouth, how your tongue, the surface is cool. How the mouth begins to cool. Close your eyes and pay attention. You're cooling the mouth. And you're paying attention to how the mouth cools. You're paying attention to how it cools the mind, cools the experience. You're letting your heart rate slow. Put your right hand in your left, put the tips of your thumbs together, let them point forward. Use your mind. Entrust your mood. Entrust your prana, your vital life force. Entrust it to this breath. That this breath will do more for you than your mind or your choice. Put your trust in this Sitali breath to cool you, to carry you, to sustain you. 2 more minutes. Smooth your breathing. Soften your face. Soften your experience, that all the old residue of defenses, of vitriol, angry replies, that you are completely and wholly safe in this moment. You are in your own care. And begin to shift that power into light. Really softening. A quality of tenderness can be cultivated. But the opposite of fear is this tenderness. A softening, a softening, a softening. Use your power to soften yourself. Smooth your breathing, 20 seconds. settling, settling, settling. And now releasing your hands and releasing the breath, I want you to start to rock, a little side to side, and a hint of a smile. Let your chin move, even little circles. Where does it want to go? There's a free movement. And in that, just notice. So when we are afraid, we become rigid and tight and defensive. And here, this is, how do we cultivate the opposite? Play with it. Now let your hands move. Like you're underwater. That we could become carefree, that we don't need to protect ourselves or defend ourselves, that there's a carefree. Where does it go? That we're giving ourselves this full crazy permission. This is like one of those crazy Gurmukh moves where you literally dance for 17 minutes, just total free form, wherever it needs to go, however it needs to go. That you are no longer holding yourself out of fear, holding yourself out of protection, holding yourself out of belligerence, like your jaw stops up, right? Wow! You know, there's no fear in this. I'm swimming and I'm moving. And you're like, yeah, you want some of this? Then you gotta move like me, baby. That we can be completely unconstrainable. If you want to open out a leg, open out another leg. Where does it go? And the play, that the power that turns into play. And the stories and the narratives that you're holding. You got one more minute. And it's out the arms and the chest and the jaw and the fingers. And sometime today you're going to put on a really great track and you're just going to bust yourself out while your pasta cooks, while your tea steeps, and move yourself around and say, I have got it together in no way at all. And you're going to play and come loose. Now give it a shake. And give it a shake. Wag your tail, wag your tail, wag your shoulders, wag your hands. Get it in there. Make your own sound. You got 10 seconds. Unbelievable levels of freedom. Go, 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 go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then pause and notice like you are a gong that has been struck. You are a being of absolute divinity. And yet to be only bliss and divinity would be so boring. And so you would pick something. And you would pick Jordan's life. And you'd go out into Jordan's life and you would make art and you would get lost and you would come home and you would tend your people. And then you would get scared because there would be moments of such uncertainty. And you would need to touch your divinity again to remember that it was just a play. It was just a story that you chose. And this is always with you, this divinity. And then you could go back out into the story. The way that we could look at a movie. And every once in a while the movie gets really kind of overwhelming and you have to look around and be like, right, seats, shoes, friends, got it. I can go back into the story. Our lives are this story, this Maya, this play. And when we need to, we can look away and remember, I am only bliss and divinity. But bliss and divinity all the time. I mean, I don't know. Can you sustain that? So you dive back into the story. Come to kneel if you can. And if you can't, Legs are crossed or legs are out. We're just going to fold this into ourselves. Just going to fold this freedom. Hands on thighs. Sit on a block if you need to. 4 counts down, 4 counts up. Hold the up 2 counts. So we're exhaling 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold inhale 1, 2, and out. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. Exhale, we go. Now you're fortifying your steadiness. You're smoothing out your power. You feel your neutrality. Sweeten it intentionally. A sweeter breath, a sweeter expression, a sweeter pause. Sweeten it. Folding into the wonder of yourself. Breathing in the wonder of this world. Sweeten it. Oh, good morning, good morning, good morning. I love you. Good morning. 1 minute to go. Like you just couldn't get enough. Oh, hello. You were afraid? I see that. And now we are here. Hello, hello, hello. You are that which requires consolation, and you are that which consoles. And you are the very consolation itself. All of it. Two more. Last time. And pause and release your hands. Quiet. And the last place we go is to seal this in. Legs crossed. Sitting tall. So your fingers interlace, thumbs pointing down. They rest at the base of the skull, the back of the head. Elbows wide, and you breathe from the low ribs, mid ribs, upper ribs. Empty the upper ribs, the mid ribs, and the low ribs. Or you can think of it as breathing into the belly, the ribs, the collarbones. Empty the collarbones, the ribs, and the belly. And just keep that flow. And the head gently presses into the hands, and the hands meet the head, and the thumbs point down, and the elbows are wide. Your attention is right at the center of your brain, or the center of the forehead. You can feel the breath rise up from the base to the throat, and you can feel it empty from the throat back down to the base. We're just going to go one more minute like this. And just stay with it 30 seconds. If it heats up for you, if it has some intensity, then focus on the exhalation. Cool it down. If it's very cool and meaningless, then focus on the inhalation and feel, notice the heart, the head, the coherence, the integration. Exhale with me wherever you are. Exhale, 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 and then in from the belly into the chest, into the throat. Hands up high, little cups. Lift your chin, fill it. and let it go. I am this light. I am this sweet, unshakable soul that is held with such tenderness. I have chosen a story to learn from, but I am never outside of this great, tender divinity that is holding me. I am blessed, and I am worthy, and I am powerful, and I am whole, and I am tender. I am this. And either seated for 3 minutes or lying back for 3 minutes. Neutral. Without changing anything. No one would know. Feel the sensation of a smile around your mouth without moving. The energy of that little cat smile. Feel the sensation of a smile around your eyes. Nothing moves, nothing changes. No one would know. And the sensation of a smile right in the brain. The sensation of a smile in the chest. Sensation of a smile in your lungs. Sensation of a smile in your heart. Use your imagination. Sensation of a smile in your inner organs, in your abdomen. And the sensation of a smile in your hands. Your hands are smiling. They are content. They are tender. The whole being smiles. It's so slight, so slight. Content. Stay longer if longer is available, like baking a cake. Make sure the center is set, that when you cut this open, it wouldn't pour out. And if you're on your back, then you would take your hands overhead and your legs out long. And wherever you are, you bring your palms together and your feet together. And you hold your knees, you round your back, and you roll up. And give a little bit of that shimmy that you had going on, and you sweep it wide. The palms together. I am this great, free, delightful, divine body, being, and frequency. I am this long sat, short nam, I bow to it all. Inhale. Sat nam. Namaste. Have a fantastic, fantastic Tuesday. So we have these potential for 3 intensities. Like, I'm curious now because we're ready. So how different is curiosity from fear? You want to be tested? Bring it. So this is here. You can replay it. It will be up on our Fruition page. It'll say bonus. And then it will, on Thursday, it will be repeated. And I will be back. And you'll do a different version because you know it differently, right? It's not new anymore. So there you go.
This was great. Thank you.
You're welcome, Jordan. Any questions?
Thank you.
Yeah. Anybody feel like it got really huge? It was a little bit of a journey, that one. But all good. If it ever gets overwhelming, feels big, dance. Get it out. Get it out. You can't tie me down, baby. Just try.
I feel very bright.
Right. All right. Well, let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you so soon. I'll be back tomorrow. We'll continue with Fruition and ride your week. Tell me how it goes.
Thanks, Martha.
You are welcome.
Thank you.
Yes.